Google is going on trial today in a lawsuit that could change the way big tech companies do business. That's because the Justice Department and more than a dozen states accused the company of illegally limiting your online search options. That, of course, something Google strongly denies. Senior business and tech correspondent Ling Kent is at the courthouse in Washington for us. Joining us for the very first time on CBS Mornings. We are very happy to say that. Ling, good morning.
Hey, Tony, thank you and good morning. This is the most important lawsuit against a U.S. tech giant since the government sued Microsoft 25 years ago. Now, this court battle, it really matters because essentially it comes down to the way you and millions of people are searching the internet on your smartphone.
Google's my best friend. I love Google.
Google's your best friend.
Yes,
why?
I mean, because literally we're walking right now trying to find a pizza place and I'm Googling it.
When you search for something online, a lot of people call it the same thing.
I Google weekly.
I'm Googling everything.
How often are you Googling stuff on your phone?
Like 30 times, like every day.
But now that popularity and how it came to be has landed Google, the company, in federal court. The Justice Department and more than a dozen states are taking on the tech giant in a landmark antitrust trial beginning today. The government claims Google illegally pays billions of dollars to Apple, Samsung, LG, and beyond to make Google the default search engine on your phone and computers, shutting out rivals like Microsoft Bing and DuckDuckGo. This, the government says, allows Google to dominate nearly 90% of all searches in the U.S. and 95% of searches on mobile devices.
Would you ever change?
To where?
The government also says Google uses that dominance to charge advertisers higher prices and favors advertising on its own platform and steers advertiser spending towards itself. Google denies any wrongdoing. Is Google breaking the law here?
No, we're not. We believe that people use Google because it's helpful. The case comes down to two important principles: competition and choice. Competition, you've never seen more choice, whether that's TikTok or Reddit or Amazon or Expedia.
Google's chief legal officer, Kent Walker, also says if a user doesn't want to use Google as the default, they can change it.
It really couldn't be easier. You can sit at home on your couch and change what search engine you're using. It's as easy as changing your shoes.
It's as easy as changing your shoes.
Well, we see lots of people doing it.
Is it easy?
Definitely not. It's definitely not easy. I feel like, here, you would probably have to go. See, I don't even know where it is.
And for small companies trying to compete for your business online, critics of Google say it's nearly impossible.
Google's dominance means that a lot of innovators that might come along in the tech space, really can't get a toehold. And if we, take action against these tech monopolies, really insist that they, that they cannot be these dominant gatekeepers, we open up the market, and we're going to see all kinds of innovations and new developments, online.
Now, this obviously could change the way that small businesses can compete with the giant Google, and this trial here is expected to last about 10 weeks. If Google loses, it could result in fees or damages or even a potential restructuring of the company. And if any of this sounds familiar, you guys, you have to remember that Microsoft antitrust lawsuit was in 1998, and it turns out it was the same exact year a tiny little startup called Google was officially founded in Silicon Valley.
Oh, wow. Wow.
What a coinky-dink.
What a quickie-dink. Ling, Google's got a pretty good response to this lawsuit. They say people are choosing Google, and one of their data points on that shows that on Bing, the Microsoft competitor, the number one thing searched, Google.
Oh, man.
That tells you everything you need to know on some level.